Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Shiva. I'm back at the State House with our team from Boston. We went in and we found out that uh, there's essentially the state of the state that they're getting ready for. Nothing appears to be going on. But I'm going to do a series of videos later, about four of them. But I just wanted to give you a scientific overview or a perspective on the victory in New Jersey and what are the four lessons that were learned here. As many of you know, since I started participating in this movement, we started articulating some very, very important points that come from science, political science, and history that we think is extremely important. And most importantly, the movement in New Jersey fully embraced many of those important attributes. So let's go through them very slowly. I'll do a more detailed one later, but the first lesson is that you build a groundswell of a mass movement that is revolutionary, that is fierce, that is independent of any of the establishment political parties, Republicans or Democrats, any of the big organizations, and you build it bottoms up by everyday working people. This movement had that feature. It was working mothers, families, fathers who came out there. They took time off from their day. They lost money. Many of us, by the way, none of our crew here gets paid anything. We're not part of some organization that flew in here, was funded. There are some people like that in the movement, and we should be aware of that. But bottom line is, this movement was built bottoms up by people. It was ferocious, it roared, and it had its own independent element. So the key thing is an independent movement. Now, one of the weaknesses was, we noticed when the movement ended last night, a lot of people left Trenton. One of our guys met an Uber driver, and he said he wished he had known about the rally, and he's right here in Trenton. So in the future, we need to go across a broad mass of people among the community and also bring those people in. But the great thing about this movement, it was big, it was bottoms up, it wasn't relying on particular parties, etc. First lesson, build a broad-based movement. Second lesson was that we started seeing what was specifically an attribute here that was different than the failures in California and New York, was people breaking away from bowing down and kowtowing down to legislators. There are people, and you can see who they are, who failed in California, some of them who flew in here, who failed in New York, telling us, oh, be nice to the legislators. Let's remember principle number 2. We are the customers. They are our service providers. I'll repeat that again. We are the customers. They are our service providers. And the more we build that mass movement and demand what we want, which is a squeaky wheel always gets the oil, that's when they respond. They're not going to respond to, some people have this illusion, oh, be nice, don't attack Sweeney. Well, if you're listening, you guys don't know how to build movements, and the people in New Jersey showed how you built it the New Jersey way, the dirty New Jersey way, which is we build it bottoms up, and we don't give our power away to legislators. They serve us. Let's get that very, very clear. And anyone in this movement saying that, watch out for them. They don't know what they're talking about, or they're part of the establishment. Number 3, that is extremely important, is the science. One of the greatest things we did here, and I believe that it was important that someone like me, an MIT PhD, didn't, sell out to the scientific establishment. I came out on the ground. We started running many, many scientific educational seminars. From our estimates, at least 1 million to 2 million people across this country, and probably not only in New Jersey, saw our educational seminars in some form or the other, the modern immune system. We held, some of you may know, the first international conference on vaccine safety. 600 people showed up because we recognized that the issue was risk assessment, vaccine safety, and that in the age of personalized medicine, one size does not fit all. And we did some very short, nice videos that all of you can share. It was great to hear people saying, Dr. Shiva, that video convinced my husband. Or Dr. Shiva, we brought my family along. So we need to do the science, and we need to do the broad education among all people. So when Mr. Sweeney says that he wants to bring in medical experts, great, bring them on in, but bring Dr. Shiva in, who's actually one of the renowned scientists in the world of precision medicine. Let's bring all the people in. Let's talk about the modern immune system. So science. And the fourth attribute of this system, which we need to talk about, it's unfortunately an unfriendly topic to talk about, but we must talk about it. No censorship, no segregation. Look, I have experienced the caste system in India, but in this own movement, even up until a few hours ago last evening, I experienced a segregation in the caste system of some of the quote unquote misleadership in this movement. Same guys who failed in California, the same guys who failed in New York, when new guys like me and we brought in other people, they're scared of us. They're scared of the revolutionary forces which believe in people. These same people were out here corralling people, telling people what to do. They were trying to tell me what videos I could put out, what I couldn't put up. And after the meeting, they had a nice big dinner. Okay, we were not invited to it. And we saw them over at the Cheesecake Factory. And some of you know who I'm talking about. And we came in, there was like a silence. There wasn't the friendliness that we'd see among the crowd out here. So what I want to tell you is no segregation, no to the caste system that people in this own movement try to do. No one owns this movement. This movement is not a business for someone to make media money out of. This is not for some people to fly in, get paid in their private planes. This is a movement by the people, for the people. And I will not allow, because I believe in building a broad-based movement, anyone to believe that they're going to segregate people, tell people what to do, censor people. That is what they want us to do. And that is why we built this movement, because censorship and the violation of freedom is why we even got here. And anyone in this movement who tries to segregate people, tell people to stay away from those people, tries to corral people, it's not going to be allowed. Not on my watch, not on your watch. Anyway, let's build the movement. Let's escalate the movement. We're going to be here until about 12:30, and then we're heading back up to Boston. And let's build the movement there too, because the same fight is going to occur there. Anyway, be well. By the way, some of you guys may know I'm running for U.S. Senate. If you want to help the movement there, help us out. But health, truth, and freedom are going to be key components of that movement. Thank you very much, Dr. Shiva. I'm going to be here until 12:30. Bye-bye.